Hey everyone, Phoenix here. Today I am doing a review of Blue Prince. This game came out in April. It is a puzzle, exploration, mystery style game, and I have really been enjoying playing it. I have played like 60 hours of this game since it came out in April. It is a really interesting game, and I wanted to just do a quick review, so let's get into the basics of the game. You are the nephew of a Baron of Mount Holly, and you inherit his estate, but in order to gain the inheritance, you have to find the 46th room of this 45-room estate. So you have some backstory where you've been here before as a child, and you are this person's heir. So in order to gain that inheritance, like I said, you have to find the 46th room. So there are some rules. You can't bring tools onto the estate from the outside. Anything you find has to stay on the estate, and you can't stay overnight. So that's basically how you get this gameplay, where the estate resets each day. So the gameplay functions by opening a door. You get 3 options for a room that you can pick for that door to open into. And then once you pick a room, you go into it. It's called drafting a room. And this kind of functions like a deck builder game if you've ever played something like that, or a roguelite style game where basically every day you're going to start from scratch. But the way that the drafting of the rooms works is you have like a deck, quote unquote. In this, they call it the draft pool, and you're going to basically draw 3 of those cards every day, every time you open a door, and then you can go through a door. So each time you enter a new room, you're going to use steps. You can see you start with 50. So it seems like a lot, but it goes quick if you have to backtrack. So this is what happens when you open a door. You get 3 options. You can select bedroom, closet, or hallway here. Pick the bedroom, go to the next door, you get a new choice. And you can see that each room has a different set of doors going in different directions, and you can block yourself off from going forward. So the blueprint that we picked up in the beginning functions as the map, which we can follow and look at when we're picking which room we want to draft. So here, if I draft the guest bedroom, it's going to be a dead end, and maybe that will be a problem because I won't have a path forward from there. So it gives you some very interesting points, and you can see my map here. I've basically only got 2 ways that I can go. Now there's different styles of rooms. Red rooms are typically bad. Blue rooms are kind of like draft rooms, and then yellow rooms here are shops. You can see that I didn't have any gems there, so I couldn't draft that room. I had to draft the lavatory, which is just a dead-end bathroom, and now my day is basically over because I'm hit all dead ends. So now I want to talk about some puzzles. There are very straightforward puzzles like the parlor, which you pick up a key, and then there is a logic puzzle that you have to complete with some rules. And there's other rooms like this that are straight up puzzle rooms. Now there's other puzzles that are much less straightforward than this. You might see something in a room that looks out of place, or maybe it even looks in place and you see it in multiple rooms and you realize, hey, there's something going on here. There are so many interesting puzzles, and my favorite thing about this game is the like aha moments when you figure out, oh my god, like all those things that I've been paying attention to, now they mean something. So I think that's really where this game shines. Now, some more gameplay elements. There are items that you can find around the estate that are going to help you in your quest. There is the sledgehammer here, which helps you open trunks. And there are some really cool things that the game gets into where there's actually ways to combine items to make better items or more useful items in different situations. There's keys and gems and money, which all help you advance throughout the estate. So there I spent gems to open the commissary, and then the commissary sells these items that I can buy to help me along the way. And all these things do different things and are helpful in different situations and unhelpful in others. And there's different ways to get these. There's shops, there's just closets which have items in them, there's those trunks, and you can just randomly find these items throughout the rooms if you're paying attention to what you're looking for. So you can see here your inventory when you open up the blueprint, and there if you are done for the day, you hit a whole bunch of dead ends, you call it a day, you go to sleep, and then we start over from scratch the next day, and you get this interesting kind of score screen. It's not really a score screen, but it just tells you how you did, and you can look at this over the course of your game and see, you know, how you were getting better at doing, and then you start the next day fresh. It's a very interesting way to play a game, so I thought I would go into what games are similar to this or what this is drawing from. And the first game that comes to mind is Myst. Myst is a game that I grew up with. It came out in the early 1990s, and it is kind of, to me, like the original puzzle video game. And then Rogue, obviously, tons of games take inspiration from the Rogue style of a new game every time you play it, where you improve over time. Balatro is a great example of a roguelike that's very popular right now. Slay the Spire is another one where you go through, you do your run, you get some improvements to your character or your deck, and then you do it again the next time from scratch, basically. And then the story of this game
is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate.
So basically the story is that you want to find this 46th room, but there's so much more to the story than just finding the 46th room. And to me, that's what's been so refreshing about this game and so exciting and so fun, is like, I found the 46th room and then I want to keep playing. I want to discover more. I want to know the rest of the story. So my overall review of this game, I give this game a 9 out of 10. It's really good. There are some downsides. The gameplay itself, you're walking around and moving the mouse to look around, and I tried to get my wife to play this with me because she really enjoys the puzzles and stuff, but it actually made her motion sick, so she wasn't able to play it, which is obviously a huge downside. And I've seen online in some reviews similar experiences for other people who do get motion sick. This game has very positive reviews on Steam. It is not overwhelmingly positive, but maybe some people don't like those puzzle elements or they found it too difficult. I could definitely see that being part of the experience here. So overall, I am really enjoying it. There are some frustrations where, hey, you're trying to figure out this one puzzle and you need to get to X room, but you don't get it in your draft pool when you're going through. And that can be very frustrating. There are things that you can do to mitigate that. You can see here I have ivory dice. Ivory dice are used to re-roll the rooms that you get. But even with that, you don't always get what you want. And obviously not getting what you want is frustrating. So, you think you figured something out and you just can't get to it. So I think that's something that I have personally struggled with while playing this game, but I still overwhelmingly enjoy this game. So I highly recommend checking out Blueprints on Steam. It's $30 on Steam if you buy it now. A really good deal for me, having gotten 60 hours of gameplay here. So highly recommend it. Like I said, I give it a 9 out of 10. So that's going to be it for this review. I hope you enjoyed this type of content. It's a little bit different for me. If you did, please press that like button. Please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.